What about 0.1 RT magnetic switch keyboards that are still in 2025? Aero has recently started releasing new models frequently. First, they released an ISR 5 mouse that is very suitable for small hands at low magnification. Next is the R4He magnetic switch keyboard. As a magnetic lock keyboard, its precision really can't compare. Currently, those 0.01 0.005 on the market only have 0.1 RT. However, its advantage is that currently, magnetic lock keyboards under 1000 yuan can't compare. It's all about its design language and keyboard texture. At the same time, it is also a very rare silent magnetic keyboard. There's also the Topgusky dual structure switching keyboard. Overall, 75% allocate 81 items. In the upper right corner is a tower-shaped knob. The knob's scale feel is quite good. The keyboard layout includes F13 and 3 function keys. Its overall design is very relaxed with large airflow up, down, left, and right. This makes the R4H1 look very comfortable at first glance, unlike some compact 75-inch layouts that look cramped. The casing uses a full aluminum glitter coating process. The white body paired with glitter particles still looks very eye-catching. The sword cap style is also very plain in red and white. The overall keyboard style matches well. The characters also have excellent light transmission. The sword bristles are made from the original factory's highly dual-color PPT sword hair, giving it a matte texture. It's still relatively light, with good workmanship and no burrs or defects. The back design is really eye-catching. It is a red triangle with geometric weights. He also made a ring around the entire package, featuring integrated mixed surround lights. The one with the lights on is really cool. Inside are 2 long anti-slip strips which are quite effective against slipping. The R4He features a 3-mode switch on the facade of the counterweight block. Mount C, which places the slot on the counterweight. It was not placed in the integrity of the upper shell. The above is well maintained. Of course, this keyboard also has some drawbacks in its appearance. The main issue is that the overall keyboard tilt angle isn't large enough. This front height is about 19.2 millimeters in actual use. Press F7 to control the wrist a bit. If one of its light angles can be paired with a 3 to 4 degree angle, I think the comfort level is much better. The switch body uses this Nebula magnetic switch. This shaft, I really feel it's been tough. I think it's the answer to the good roommate version. The initial pressure is very light. With only about 30 grams, it rebounds very quickly. Let's listen briefly to the typing sound. This R-shaped He has another very important point. This means the dual structure switches between top and Gasky structures, allowing you to freely switch the aero rate. The packaging box thoughtfully includes a screwdriver and accessories. Now, let's start the disassembly and structural transformation. The screws on this keyboard are all fixed at the edges to secure the top cover. So there are 3 in total, top and bottom. If you want to change it later, you can check the screw layout diagram so you don't need to remove the keycaps too much. After unscrewing the screws, we can gently open the top cover. Be careful because it has a ribbon cable. It's a 3-swipe system with a battery underneath. You can first disconnect this ribbon cable. There is a small dot. It's important to mention this flex cable. Never pull it out forcefully. It has a small clip at this ribbon cable. Press the small clip and pull it out. Never pull it out forcefully. If you pull it off, it gets a bit troublesome. Next, disconnect the USB-C flex cable. Just unplug the USB-C cable directly. You hold it with your hands, then just pull it outward. After removing these 2 cables, there's a very important thing about this meme. Because the base has a light strip, you need to remove it. This can also be pulled out directly, so don't worry. And it's quite hard, so it's best to use both hands or... For example, small pliers can be pulled out just by pulling it out. Okay, just pull it out, then tear open the fixed strips. No need to tear it all off. Then you can see that the top cover and the SIDIC are already separated. Then let's tighten these screws and change the structure. Then you can see the top cover and bottom shell are separated. After we separate, we definitely need to make changes. Let's first take a look at the bottom shell. The bottom also has 3 layers. Fill with a PET base pad. There's also a sponge under seating and a left seat Maheo. First, we can see the battery when we turn it on. You can see that the battery range is also specified. For 1000 mAh. This means there was no fraud on the battery surface. Then we can remove the bottom piece first. Let's take it apart first. Similarly, just unscrew the screws around the edges. Don't touch the screws in the middle. After you unscrew the screws, remember to bring out the silicone pad that comes with the screws as well. because we'll be changing the silicone pad soon. This keyboard offers you two options. One is a silicone cover. One is silicone strength, which is all mounted on this small board. As you can see, this is the thing. It's the place where you just tighten the screws. These two have different levels of softness and elasticity. In fact, when viewed separately, it can be said to be a PCB gas key. Then it's the localized gas key, and there's softness and bounce variety. The gas key will make the keyboard even lower. This is essentially a way to lower the previous height. As I mentioned earlier, the light angle of this keyboard isn't big enough. Actually, using PCB gas key is a bit more comfortable. Then let's switch to each and experience its structure. Changes in softness and typing sound. Let's start with this silicone example. If it's in silicone, it's especially easy to put on it. You just need to put it on. And since I just feel it, I don't tighten any screws. I just put it on directly. Listen to it first. After putting it on, I slightly tighten 2 screws. Otherwise, the softness and bounce of this product would be a bit too much. You can't really feel how soft and springy it is inside. Slightly tighten 2 screws. Now silicone material is used. Let's take a look at its deformation and the typing sound. The softness and elasticity of silicone are truly high. Then we replace the silicone sleeve and put it back on. Just don't slack off when putting on silicone covers. Make sure every single one is properly placed. Because when you put it down, you can see there is a card slot on this side. You must be careful, it's the card slot. Because if you don't place it properly, when it enters the slot, it will undergo a transformation. You need to place it properly before putting it in. Of course, if you plan to use silicone sleeves or silicone power, after you finish threading, you can connect the ribbon cable. After connecting the flex cable, don't rush to tighten the screws. You can first power it on to check if there are any issues with the keyboard. If there are any issues, fix them promptly or contact customer service. Don't mess around with it yourself, because I'm just demonstrating. Let me show you how soft it is. Already typing the pronunciation. Now let's look at how soft it is. The softness and elasticity of silicone sleeves are indeed not as strong as silicone ones. However, in terms of overall deformation, it has better strength than silicone. Let's listen to one of its typing sounds. Personally, I find the silicone case sound consistent. The upper part has much better strength than silicone. Of course, which one is good is definitely up to you. Which do you think is better? The keyboard disassembly and structural switching have been completed. The NetEase driver for GYANOLV is also quite user-friendly. The driver also features a relatively rare controller mode. You can use your custom keyboard as a controller. You can switch modes using FN+3 shortcut keys. This is quite friendly in this regard. RT adjustment supports 0.1 RT for most users. 0.1 RT is still quite sufficient. Overall, I think the key rate R4 he is doing a great job selling it. Texture and quietness, plus dual structures. Switch the magnetic group volume crystallines. This is already a very tricky matter. Most people use 0.01 keyboards. Also had RT above 0.1. Competing on design and looks is the right path. If you don't need extreme RT and care more about keyboard texture, or rather, a more well-developed magnetic keyboard, I think this RCH is definitely worth considering. That's all for this video. I am Sancho, dedicated to explaining every peripheral. If you like it, remember to follow, share, and follow. Thank you very much, this will be very important to me. See you next time.